Hello everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be speaking all about the Alaska State Quarter, going over its details and the ones that are going to be worth more than 25 cents, because there are some varieties that, if you look closely, you might be able to find. They're not on every coin, of course, that's what makes them valuable. There's also errors, there's conditional rarities, and there's a lot to look for. So I'll be coaching you and explaining everything that you'd want to know about these Alaska State Quarters and which ones are worth the big bucks that collectors are paying up for. So let's head over to my presentation and we'll get started. And here we've got the 2008 statehood quarter. Love the grizzly bear catching a fish in the wonderful Alaskan wildlife. You see the North Star as well, but huge state. Can pause back there if you want more information, but really the things to look for that are going to be worth more, on an otherwise 25-cent coin. On the P-Mint ones, you can look for double die obverses. So this one has a nice protruding earlobe, second earlobe to the south of the original one. This sells for anywhere from $3 to $10. The earlobe double dies are more common. There's also some interesting extra claws and another double die reverse. That's probably more rewarding to find. This one's even less of a clear separation, but just something to be on the lookout for. I think the double die reverse, though, I can't tell if it's whiskers or sort of the sort of top side of the fish, but there are double die reverse where you can see those sort of extra protruding lines in two different places by the bear's mouth and above the fish, the main fish's body. On the other side of the coin, some die markers. There are some die chips sort of in the N in, and then in the W in we. So, that's sort of in the $5 to $15 price range on those. One of the more well-known one is going to be the extra claws error. It's like a die chip or, mini cud in between the claws of the bear on the reverse of the coin. They're really not super valuable, but they sell maybe in sort of the $2 to $10 range, and there's something fun to look for. Maybe slightly less valuable than something like the Delaware spitting horse, but that's sort of in the similar category. Arizona extra cactus leaf, that's the sort of caliber of error that we're talking about. In terms of some of the conditional rarities, there haven't been any graded at PCGS higher than Mint State 67, which sounds sort of crazy, but I'm sure if you could get one in the 68 range, be very valuable. $700 is the D-Mint counterpart, and then the satin finish coins, I don't really deal too much in these, and the only commentary is that if you can make sure they're going to come back 69 graded, then it's probably worth it. If not, don't do it. And same thing on the proof silver and clad quarters, just not having much upside at all. In terms of the errors, I only had one that I could highlight, and I'm sure it would be much more, maybe triple the value if the reverse clad layer was missing. But in this case, there's three different parts of the planchet that get bonded together and then struck out, and somehow the clad layer on the front didn't, get attached, or maybe fell off after the planchet. Well, I don't think it was after the planchet was struck, but for whatever reason, the obverse clad layer is missing, and then we have a $250 price result. So that's the only error that has really been publicly auctioned off that I could find, outside of like these extra clause errors. These are die varieties, so they're not really considered errors, but Alaska, always a cool coin to look for, and maybe there's some more interesting stuff out there, but whoever found those extra clause in these very minor error varieties, it's a good reminder that you can sort of look closely on any state quarter and with the right eye potentially find something new that people can go out and try to collect. Thanks for watching the video. I'd encourage you to like the video, comment, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I also have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and some other social media platforms. You can also go to my main channel website, treasuretownYT.com, to learn more about the channel and sort of stay in contact. I also will eventually host all of these videos on coinsmetalscards.com, which will be both news, marketplace, and coin information. I do have the goal of eventually getting pretty much every US coin, date, mint mark, denomination on the channel with a similar video to the one that you just watched, and that will likely all be hosted there. And then I also have treasuretowncoins.com, which is sort of my coin dealing wing, coin dealing only entity that is a little bit less focused on content production. So thank you so much, and I'll look forward to seeing you on some of my other videos. I also have videos that are not just the date, mint mark, denomination recap in this format, so you can check some of those out, and I'll have fun seeing you there.